in defending their championship is Sunday on Fox in New Orleans. They were blown out by the Saints 48-7 back in November, but Nick Foles is starting this time around. Foles has been amazing for Philly in the playoffs, winning 4 straight, including last year's Super Bowl. At the end of the season, the Eagles will have a decision to make. They can bring him back for $20 million or let him become a free agent. It's crazy that we're already going there, but Shannon, should the Eagles keep Foles next year?
No. They've invested too much in Carson Wentz. You know, they mortgaged the farm, their future in this young man. And he still has 2 years on a rookie deal. And you can't keep Foles. You can't keep a $20 million backup because he's not going to be the starter. And even if you wanted to, Skip, he can pay $2 million of the signing bonus that he got originally and still become a free agent.
Could.
I believe Nick Foles wants to start. I think he's, in his heart of hearts, he's like, yes, I've won the Super Bowl. I've shown you I can do it. Now I need to find me a home. It's got to be the right home, Skip. He just can't go anywhere. He needs to find him a home and go play somewhere. But I do not believe it's going to be in Philly. I believe the Philadelphia Eagles have hitched their wagon to Carson Wentz. That's why they moved heaven and earth to move up to the number 2 slot to select him, the second pick overall. And I don't think they regret that decision. Unlike the Ravens, Skip, I believe once they made that switch to Lamar, I believe once they selected Lamar Jackson, they were like, after this year, we're moving on.
Yep.
I do not believe they've had internal discussions at this point about do we keep Wentz or do we keep Foles. I don't believe they've had that discussion. I just believe that once Wentz is fully healthy, and normally it takes a year, not immediately after, but the following year after the surgery, is that when we'll see the best Carson Wentz. And so with that being said, Skip, no, Wentz is the future. I'm going to let Foles, you congratulate him, you wish him well for what he's been able to do, but I'm not giving up on a 24-year-old quarterback.
So I'm going to say something that will not happen, but you're asking me what would I do?
Sure.
I would pay Nick Foles and I would trade Carson Wentz. And people say, that's just crazy, and it's not. Because the circumstances continue to scream at you, this quarterback plays quarterback better than this quarterback does. And this quarterback can stay healthier than this quarterback can stay. Because Carson Wentz, he's injury-plagued. Every time I turn around, something else is a little or a lot wrong.
He was hurt in college.
All the way back to college. So it's scary to go forward. At some point, pretty soon, you're going to have to bet the whole ranch, not just your draft ranch. You're going to have to bet your salary cap ranch on Carson Wentz.
Well, they did the same thing with Andrew Luck, and it turned out quite well.
Okay. Well, it is lately, but it didn't for a long time,
But
right?
that's the thing. You got to be willing to roll the dice.
You could be right. So Nick Foles is still 29 years of age, though he's about to turn 30. But to me, he's just entering his prime as a quarterback.
Right.
So let's step back and look at his body of work. In regular season games, he's thrown 68 touchdown passes to only 33 interceptions. Is that good?
2 to 1 is always
Okay,
good.
that's really good. In playoff games, he's thrown 10 touchdowns to only 3 interceptions. That's really good.
3 to 1 is even better.
In 5 playoff games, his QBR is 79, almost 80. So that scale of 0 to 100, trust me, that's really, really good. So we saw him back in 2013 in his first playoff game in Philadelphia against Drew Brees. He played really well that night. It was a cold, windy night, and he threw 2 touchdowns to no interceptions and threw a touchdown to Zach Ertz that put them ahead 24-23 with 4 minutes left, and Drew Brees got the football and went boom, 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 and ate the whole clock all the way down to a walk-off field goal by Shane Graham, and they lost by 2 points, I think, 26-24. So the point is, that was his first playoff game. Then we saw him last year. He beat the defending NFC champ Atlanta, right? That was at home. Then he beat Jenny's Vikings, the #1 defense in football last year. He just torched them. And then he beat Belichick and Brady in the Super Bowl. And then this year, you could say, well, those are all like road or neutral site games. What did he just do? He went and beat the #1 scoring defense in all football, Chicago, in Chicago. Well, that was sensational. That's the best game any quarterback has played in the playoffs so far this year. Well, is that not good? Is that not enough body of work where you say, wait a second, this guy's just a little better at playing quarter. If I do the vacuum, Carson Wentz has a stronger arm. He's got a bigger strapping body. He can run a little better when he's healthy, but he's never quite healthy. So I'm just saying, every time I watch Nick Foles play, I say he can play the position. He's 6 feet 6 inches tall. He can see over the defense, and he just has a feel for this offense that is spectacular to watch. What he did against Belichick's defense, 41 points, that alone should tell you.
Outgunning Tom Brady, that's what impressed me.
Yeah.
But anyway, first of all, the Eagles are projected $13 million over the cap, which is worse than the NFL.
Okay, so you can't do that. You can't keep both of them.
So let me
you
ask
can't
you,
have it both ways.
But you're assuming that Nick Foles is going to be willing to play for $20 million.
No, I don't know.
He's like, hold on, I want a Super Bowl.
All right.
Jimmy Garoppolo, Matthew Stafford, none of those guys have won Super Bowls. So I'm not playing for $20 million. So if you're at $13 million right now, he's going to want $25, $30 million.
Okay.
You wouldn't do that?
He's a starting quarterback.
Yeah, on another team.
Okay.
Because I'm walking to him, going to be back healthy.
Really?
Walking to him, going to come back and win the MVP.
Well, is he going to limp to the MVP or what? Limp
There
it
you
to
go,
him?
Skip.
Well, I don't know.
You do know.
I'm not sure
He
about
will
it.
be 100% healthy. He going to be just like Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck got healthy, and what happened? 39-15 happened in the divisional round of the playoffs. I see a very similar scenario for walking to him.
All I know is my Dallas Cowboys turned their season around when they went to Philadelphia and beat Wakatuam. And then Wakatuam came to Dallas, and my Cowboys did it again. They beat him twice. And when he and Dak were rookies, he lost to the Cowboys, and then they just mailed it in the second game. So
And in the second year, what happened? Walking to him beat the brakes off in Dallas on a Sunday night. You remember, Skip?
no Zeke, no Sean Lee, no Ty Smith.
You ain't got Sean Lee now. I ain't heard you don't even mention Sean Lee.
Well, I got a better Sean Lee. I got the Wolf Hunter.
Oh.
I got Leighton Vander Esch.
A wolf.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna
now.
say, please do it.
Sean Lee, you hear that? Now, this man done heap praise on you for the last 3 years. And now he said he don't need you. He got Leighton Vander Esch out of Pocatello, Idaho.
Yeah, all I know is I pity the Philadelphia Eagles because this is a quandary. This is tough, especially if he goes and beats the Saints.
They get it done.
Woo. What
How
are you going to
complicated
do?
does this get?
Do you know how much consternation this is going to cause? Do you know how this is going to haunt this franchise? Because what if he goes somewhere else and keeps doing this? What if Carson Wentz turns out brittle?
What if he goes somewhere else and does what he did and come back to Philly, which was nothing?
Well, he didn't do much.
Exactly.
I agree with that. But, boy, on big stages and the biggest games you can play, hardest places to play.
I'll give extra $5 million for outgunning Tom Brady.
Yeah.
That's worth $5 million right there.
Well, he outgunned Brady when Brady threw for 505 yards, the most anybody's ever thrown for in any playoff game ever.
373 in them crucial tubs. And he caught a touchdown. Yo guy dropped the touchdown.
He did not
Dropped the touchdown.
It was an overthrow.
Foles. Philadelphia. Put that in his pocket. He said, give me that. He said, give me that. One hand, caught it one hand, Jenny. Said, give me that. Put it in the back pocket.
Yep, you're making my
But
case.
we don't
They should
talk
go
about-
forward with Nick Foles.
Well, maybe they should go, maybe Coach Belichick should trade for him and bring him to New England. You said he's 29.
But Shannon, you never really bring up how this affects Wentz. And that's what I think is interesting because I know you want the team to have success. But in the back of his head, he's got to be thinking about
Hi, Roseman on the phone with him, talking to him all the time. Hey.
Is he?
Don't be listening to Skip Bayless. Me and Jeffrey Lewis, who's the owner of the Philadelphia
Okay.
Eagles.
We
already
got your
talked
back.
Yep.
Yep.
You're going to play one more year,
Yep.
and then we're going to tear your contract up, and we're going to give you like $150 million.
You better get
That's
rid of Nick
subconscious,
Foles
though.
because you can't have Nick Foles standing on the sideline with that kid out there struggling.
He ain't going to be struggling.
Yeah.
Stop saying that.
Well, he did this
Just
year.
because you just say it doesn't make it true.
What do you think Eagle fans are thinking? Dallas beat us twice, and it was with Carson Wentz?
Well, you didn't talk about replacing Dak. Well, he was struggling.
Well, he didn't struggle that much. They
Yes,
went
he did.
9-7.
Boy, we got a big weekend.
That's struggling.
Oh, I'm already excited.
Me too.
So many games.
Come on, Rams.
Okay, we are going to switch gears because King James still out. But are the Lakers back on track with